Hey team, Coach Jake here to help you be the best version of yourself. And today we're talking nutrition and specifically protein, okay? Why it's so important all that good stuff. So, protein. The word protein comes from a Greek word protos, which means first, okay? And what that means is that even back when they were designing the English language, they knew that protein was the most important thing when it comes to nutrition, okay? So how we use that in principle is simple. We go protein first and we build our nutrition around that, okay? So a simple rule that we follow here at PEPT, or a principle that guides us, is getting 30 grams of protein per meal as a minimum. What that looks like is roughly between 100 to 125-ish grams of meat or fish or something like that. So different meats have slightly different, but 100 to 120 grams, and that's a pretty small serving. So as long as you're getting like a good quality protein source in each meal, you're more than likely going to go over that 30, which is great. Okay, so 30 is the minimum, okay? You're not aiming for 30, aim for at least 30. And then there'll be a lot of individual variability, which will decide whether you should be around that 30 or 40 to 50 or even 50 plus, depending on your goals, number of meals throughout the day, etc., etc. Okay, now, why is this so great? Well, firstly, we need the amino acids in protein. So amino acids are what make up proteins, and essential amino acids can only come from food, okay? Non-essential amino acids our body can make out of other stuff. But essential amino acids are critical to our function, to our health, our ability to A, survive, but B, thrive, okay? So very, very important. Now, when you focus on getting a bunch of protein in each meal, what happens is basically you're filling up the jar with good stuff, okay? What that means is by virtue of that, you have less room for other stuff, all right? Now, if you, for example, have a big carbohydrate meal, your blood sugar is going to go up. This raises insulin. This makes it harder for our body to metabolize fat. But it also means that your blood sugar is going to come down at some point, which means you're going to get hungry again. You're going to crave more food because your body, it really needs amino acids more than it needs carbohydrates. So if you haven't given it those amino acids, it's going to say, give me more food until we get them. This is the reason why you can sit down and eat a whole tub of ice cream, but if you tried to eat that volume of steak and broccoli, you would get halfway through and you'd be, okay, that's enough, all right? So it helps keep us full for longer, stabilize our blood sugars, really, really good for our general health, brain health, body health, keeping our inflammation down, feeling good, etc., etc. But it's also going to be good for your fat loss goals, your body composition goals, okay? It's going to help us keep our calories under control and keep our hormones where they need to be, meaning our insulin under control, not letting that skyrocket all the time with high carb meals like I guess most of society does. Most people do, and it's not necessarily their fault. It is, we're kind of, we're being bombarded by all this marketing from food companies, etc. If you think about it, if you're a food company, would you rather produce really high cost food that people don't love so much, aka protein, or would you prefer to make the food that has really low cost, high margin, people love it, they eat heaps of it, they come back for more, etc., aka carbohydrates and sugars. Sugar is a type of carbohydrate. So, long story short, protein first and then the rest. Obviously your veggies, your healthy fats, etc. Carbohydrates as required, and it will depend on each person. There is individual variability. So that's why when you hear the voices on the internet saying keto or this or that, only one thing, that's one tool, okay? It depends on the person, depends on your scenario, and even the same person in a different circumstance will be different. So I hope that helps. Be your best self today. Any questions, let me know. See you on the next video. Bye.